Hello everyone, today I just wanted to make a video on the best way to spend your very first day in this game because I know it can be very overwhelming with all the different things you can do on what to do and how to prioritize everything. The one thing you really need to be aware of in the early game is that you have basically two resources. You have both time and energy. Those you want to manage as best you can to be the most productive as you can. So as you start, you're left with a gift in your house, 15 parsnip seeds that someone was kind enough to enter your house at night and leave for you. Now, your first impulse might be to start clearing your land and planting these bad boys, but that's not really something I like to do, being that the parsnips take a lot of time and energy and they're not really worth a lot of money, so me personally, I don't use them. So since the store doesn't open until 9 AM anyway, I'm simply just going to clear a small amount of space in front of my house, nothing too big because I don't want to waste any energy. Swinging your scythe, however, doesn't use any energy, so go around, clear the weeds and small shrubs, energy free. Once you have a small amount of space cleared, break some of the other debris with your pickaxe and axe respectively. Don't worry too much about clearing too much of your land this early in the day. I tend to use the extra energy at the end of the day for that. I try and use my energy for more productive things during the day, like foraging, like this dandelion. Also, be very aware that you only have 12 spaces in your backpack to start, so don't get carried away picking up a bunch of stuff just yet. Okay, so like I said, the store opens at 9, we're going to go see Pierre here. And what I'm actually going to do is sell him the parsnip seeds for 150 gold. Like I said, this is just my style in particular in this case. I just find it a little better use of time and energy to plant cauliflower. So using all the money that I had, I can only get 8 cauliflower seeds, but that works to my benefit because that's only 8 things I need to plant and more importantly water every day, and they will still get me quite a bit of money. Right away I am going to go and plant these to free up a little bit of space in my backpack. That's what this massive crop looks like, all planted, only 8 of them like I said. Doesn't take much effort to water and that's great because I can't say it enough, I hate watering things. Now I'm simply going to start chopping down trees. And even the small pieces of wood are worth hitting, they only take 1 hit to break and get you 1 piece of wood. I need to gather a total of 50. It is actually slightly more worth it to cut down the trees because I got 17 pieces of wood from the last tree I cut down and it takes 15 hits with the axe, so instead of individually cutting 15 for 15 pieces, cut down the trees. Anyways, now that I've got my 50 pieces of wood, I'm going to turn that into a chest, which basically acts like a backpack. And I'm going to put it right there beside my mailbox where I can accidentally click on it a lot. And with that, I'm going to start to throw some stuff in that I don't need immediately. Alright, so now that I have 9 free spaces in my wonderful backpack, I'm simply going to head into town and do some foraging and check some garbage cans. Like I said, you basically have a limited amount of time and energy. In the early game, you definitely have more time than energy, so now that I find myself with extra time, I'm going to convert that into finding lots of forageable items that convert into energy. And like I said, do be sure to check the garbage cans. Sometimes there is some valuable items such as a largemouth bass and things that get you lots of energy, also the largemouth bass. If you do find items of some value, you can sell them originally on this first day and buy more seeds, that way you get an even further jump start on the game. The beach too is also a good source of things to find. Here are 3 wormy things in the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and take all those. Already there's an artifact. Also, if the socializing is part of the thing you want to do, you can also meet the villagers when you're out and about. You have the time for that today. This is Elliot. We don't need to get too far into Elliot. I married him once. It was quite something. Do be careful as you're going around, however. If you're worried about what the people think of you, don't check the garbage when someone's close to you, otherwise they get upset and you'll lose friendship points. It doesn't matter initially if you've never talked to them before because you have 0 points to start with. I personally often find myself at 0 hearts with everyone, even my family. Since I'm right here again and I have 5 daffodils, I'm going to go ahead and sell those for another 150 gold and buy 2 more seeds. Pay attention to the time your first day. The store closes at 5, so that means if you're going to buy more seeds like I did, gather your stuff and get there by 5. And since I'm back at the farm, I'm going to empty out some space, so I'm going to sell the fish. That's actually pretty valuable for the first day, and the 2 clams. Everything else I'm going to hold on to for now because it's useful down the road. I always advise holding on to pretty much everything. Okay, for those of us that aren't real good at counting, there's 10 seeds all planted on my very first day. And once it gets into the evening, most places are closed anyway, so I continue to do my foraging. This is Linus. You can put his fire out. Which is fun because that's the equivalent of someone turning your furnace off. One place you definitely want to check frequently in the early game, especially on your first day, is the forest to the south of your farm. If you're not sure where it is, it's down in this corner right here. Just walk down south from your farm. because it is a very large space with lots of forageables, in particular these spring onions. They pop up every day and sometimes in large amounts. They're not worth very much at all to sell, so don't sell them, keep them for energy. They're only a little bit, but so many come up every day, they'll really be a lifesaver. If you grab these every day, you'll have a way more productive early game and therefore a way more productive later game. Definitely don't exhaust yourself on the first day. That means energy going to zero. There's definitely no point in doing that. You just don't have enough to do that's productive enough to justify it. In saying that, I'd also advise against eating any of your resources at this point either, because like I said, there's nothing to justify eating anything. There's just nothing that's that worth your while at this point. And now that I've covered pretty much the entire map for forageable goods, it's 10 PM, I'm back at my farm, so I'm going to spend the remainder of my evening chopping wood and breaking stones because it gets you experience as well as resources, both of which are very valuable. I'm going to be sure, of course, not to stay out past 1 AM because after that you get an energy penalty for the next day, and I don't like those very much. Also, this is a good opportunity to hit a small shrub with a pickaxe. On a more serious note, if you have anything near your crop, go ahead and remove it with your remaining energy because every day this stuff will creep a little bit closer. The closer this stuff is, the closer new stuff will be tomorrow. Alright, it is just before 1 AM. That would be the energy penalty, so I'm going to call it a night. Anyways, here's what I've got for the day for my forageable goods. Lots of energy here. Horseradish, the dandelions, always good. Always keep well stocked on items that give you energy. Also have 10 cauliflower seeds and my chest. Plus I'll make a little bit of money overnight from whatever I sold. Pretty productive first day. My foraging skill even leveled up. My axe is a little bit more proficient and the field snacks are actually a really good source of energy, so always hold on to the stuff you get when you cut down trees. As far as money goes, I made 200 gold, obviously from the 2 shells and the fish. So just like that, I'm well on my way to a crop of 3,000 plants and all the things I could ever want. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to throw my thoughts on the first day out there to hopefully help some people out and make it a little less overwhelming for them. I know it's not necessarily everyone's playstyle, just mine, just the way I like to play, so take it for what it is. Also, I know I said I was going to have some other videos out lately. They've been a little bit slow. I had a crazy end of the week. I did try to make a Sims video more than a few times. I just can't really get that to work in any way that I like just yet, so that's still a work in progress. Anyways, just wanted to make this one because I thought it would be fun, so hope you liked it. Thank you for watching.